Imagine this: a woman sits alone in her apartment late at night. The world outside is loud, full of people chasing attention, fleeting connections, and quick thrills. She scrolls through messages, sees people laughing, couples holding hands, and she wonders silently, am I missing something? How do I know if what I'm looking for even exists? She's been in relationships before, some intense, some casual, but none of them felt quite right. There was always a distance, a sense that something essential was missing. And then she remembers a conversation she had years ago with someone she trusted. Real love isn't loud, it doesn't rush, it doesn't just excite your senses, it makes your heart feel safe, seen, and understood. That sentence stuck with her. She realized that all those sparks and moments of chemistry weren't enough. They could light a fire, sure, but a fire that burns too fast often leaves only ashes. What she craved was more than the surface, more than just passion. She wanted presence. She wanted someone who could be slow with her, gentle, intentional, someone who didn't just touch her body, but held her heart with care. She wanted love that lingered in the quiet moments, love that stayed after the lights went out, love that didn't disappear the moment things got ordinary. And in that silence, she understood something profound. The right kind of love isn't flashy, it's faithful, it's patient, it's deliberate, and when you find it, you'll recognize it in ways you never expected. The truth is, too many people confuse desire for love, excitement for connection. They settle for intensity because it's easy, because it's immediate, because it's temporary. But love that lasts, love that truly transforms you, shows itself in the small details. The way someone holds you after a long day, the way they notice your breathing, the way they ask how you feel and actually listen to your answer. It's in the way they stay present when no one else is watching, in the way their arms communicate without words, in the way their gaze tells you you're safe and cherished. That's the kind of love that changes everything. Here's a quote to hold on to. Love isn't in the loud moments that steal your attention. It's in the quiet moments that steal your heart. Today, I want to help you see the difference between fleeting desire and real love. Because once you know how to recognize it, you won't just feel wanted, you'll feel deeply, truly, and undeniably loved. Let's have an honest conversation today, shall we? In a world where casual hookups are louder than ever, where short-term connections and fleeting situationships have replaced real depth and commitment, many women are left asking the same question. How do I know it's genuine? Not just the relationship, not just the words spoken, but the real connection behind closed doors. Those private moments where it's just the two of you, skin to skin, without masks or distractions. Is it love, or is it just desire dressed up to seem deeper? Here's the truth. Physical attraction is simple. You can feel sparks with someone you barely know. You can have intense passion, yet still lack emotional safety. Because anyone can want your body, but not everyone can truly respect it. That is the real difference. When a man truly loves you, something changes in the way he makes love to you. His actions stop being only about seeking pleasure. They become about presence, about being fully there with you. He's not just touching your body, he's honoring your feelings. He's not merely sharing space with you, he's completely there, mind, body, and heart. That's when intimacy becomes meaningful. And when you start noticing those subtle, beautiful signs, those moments that show he's not just in it for what he can get, but for what he experiences with you, that's when love is real. Today, I want to bring clarity, because there are 5 emotionally powerful things men do in bed only when their love is true. Once you notice these, you won't just feel wanted, you'll feel deeply and undeniably loved. Let's explore them. When a man truly loves, his approach to intimacy changes. It's no longer just physical. It's not about chasing a high or proving something to himself. It becomes about connection, being present, and experiencing the moment fully. One of the strongest signs of real love in the bedroom is this: he slows down. Most people rush intimacy because they are chasing a feeling, seeking quick release, validation, or a fleeting sense of power. And let's be honest, a lot of what happens in the bedroom is performance. People often do what they think is expected, moving fast, hitting the usual steps, following a predictable script. Fast can feel exciting, sure, but it rarely allows space for real emotional connection. When a man is genuinely in love, his energy changes. He slows down. He's not just after your body. He wants to truly experience being with you. He wants to feel every subtle moment, the spaces between your breaths, the warmth of your skin, the way you respond to his touch. He isn't rushing to reach the end. He's savoring every step, every little gesture, every second together. That slowness isn't just about pace, it's a mindset. He's not distracted, he's not performing, he's fully present. His focus is entirely on you. One key sign is deep, lasting eye contact. He notices how your body moves, how your breathing changes, the small expressions on your face. He's tuned into your experience more than his own. His goal isn't only his pleasure, it's to make you feel seen, safe, and cherished. That's what love does. It makes a man care about the small details. When he slows down in intimacy, he's silently telling you he treasures the moment. He's already where he wants to be, with you, fully present. There's no rush, no hurry to finish for the sake of it. He wants to stay in the moment because the moment with you is the most precious. Real intimacy grows in slowness. It's in the lingering eye contact, the gentle kisses, the pauses just to hold you. It's in how he breathes you in, as if memorizing the moment. He understands this is more than physical, something he doesn't want to forget. When a man slows down, it shows emotional maturity. It shows he is secure enough to be vulnerable. He's not afraid of depth. He wants more than physical pleasure. He wants emotional closeness as well. Here's something very important. Slowing down requires trust. It means he feels safe emotionally with you. When a man doesn't trust or doesn't want something real, he keeps it shallow, quick, and detached. But when he loves you, he allows himself to be soft, gentle, and tender. He lets the walls fall. He's willing to be open, showing care through every touch, every look, and every pause. Real love in intimacy isn't loud or fast. It's patient, it's attentive, and it's fully aware. When you notice these signs, you know this is more than just desire. It's a deep, emotional connection that strengthens the bond in ways words alone can't. When love is real, every movement, every gesture, and every touch carries intention. You'll feel it not just in your body, but in your heart. His attention, patience, and gentleness all signal that he values you completely. It's not about rushing to finish or proving something to himself. It's about sharing a moment where both of you feel seen, loved, and safe. Love transforms intimacy into a sacred experience. It's in the little things, the eye contact, the tender touches, the moments he just pauses to be close. These are the invisible signs of a man who truly cherishes you beyond physical attraction. When a man slows down, he's teaching you patience, showing that love is about more than quick pleasure. He's showing respect for your emotions, your boundaries, and your feelings. He's demonstrating emotional maturity that goes beyond physical connection. And that maturity is what builds trust. Trust is the foundation of true intimacy. When you recognize these signs, you feel not only desired, but truly loved. You understand that his love is intentional and thoughtful. It's not rushed, not superficial. It's deliberate, deep, and real. That's the difference between lust and love. You'll notice it in the way he takes his time, in the softness of his touch, and in the care he puts into being fully present. Love isn't just a word. It's a series of actions, moments, and choices that show you matter. When a man's love is genuine, the physical act becomes a way to express that love, to honor you, and to connect on a deeper level. He doesn't just want your body. He wants to share an experience with the real you. He wants to hold space for both your hearts, not just your desires. And when that happens, intimacy becomes a powerful, transformative experience. And in that gentleness, he's quietly saying, "This isn't just sex. This is something meaningful. And I want to be fully present for it." So, if you ever notice a man who moves slowly, not because he's hesitant, but because he's emotionally invested, pay attention. He's not merely making love to your body, he's loving you with every touch, every pause, every breath. That kind of focus, that deliberate slowness, isn't common, it's sacred. And when it's genuine, you feel it deep in your soul. It's a presence that touches more than the body. It touches your heart, your emotions, and even the quiet parts of yourself that rarely get noticed. Now let's talk about something simple, yet incredibly revealing: eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most vulnerable things two people can share. Think about it. When we feel anxious, we look away. When we hide something, our eyes wander. When we're only physically present but not emotionally connected, we avoid looking directly at the other person. Because to meet someone's gaze during such a raw, intimate experience is to open yourself completely. And many people aren't ready for that kind of exposure. But a man who truly loves you, he seeks it. When he holds your gaze, it's not about control or dominance. It's about grounding himself in your presence, your emotions, your experience. It's his way of saying, I'm not just here for this moment, I'm here for you. This kind of connection goes beyond physical pleasure. It reaches emotional, spiritual, and even soul-level intimacy. And it's not always during the most heated moments. Sometimes it's in the quiet pauses, the stillness between movements, the moments when the world seems to stop. He finds your eyes and suddenly there's no act, no performance, just honesty. You can feel when that eye contact carries love. It's steady, soft, warm, and inviting. He's not merely observing your body. He's searching for your feelings, your emotions, your heart, wanting to make sure you're fully with him. Many people overlook this. A man who maintains eye contact during intimacy is showing he's emotionally open. Men who struggle with connection, who fear intimacy or are unwilling to truly see you, tend to avoid eye contact in bed. They kiss with closed eyes, bury their faces in your neck, or stay purely physical because the emotional aspect is too challenging. But when a man looks into your eyes, really looks, while you're close, exposed, and beyond just bodies, it shows he's not afraid of what he might find. It's a rare form of presence. He's not lost in fantasy, distracted or hiding. He's fully and willingly there. Sign 3 is what he does after intimacy. In that quiet moment, nothing else exists but the two of you. In that shared gaze, so much is communicated without words. There's I love you, I respect you, you're safe with me, and perhaps most importantly, I am here with you. That kind of eye contact leaves a lasting impression. It's more than physical closeness, it creates emotional closeness. When a man makes love while truly holding your gaze, it's not about action or technique. It's about feeling deeply, fully, and sincerely. Once you experience that, everything else can feel shallow in comparison. Let's explore what happens after intimacy. Many people focus on the act itself, the passion, the connection, the physical release. But the moments afterward are just as telling. For many men, sex ends and the emotional switch flips. They roll over, close their eyes, and drift off. The intensity fades, leaving the connection shallow. But a man who's truly in love doesn't turn that off. For him, intimacy doesn't end at climax, it continues. He wants to linger in that afterglow. He wants to talk, connect, and maintain closeness. It's not always deep conversations. Sometimes it's playful, sometimes silly, sometimes just quiet holding, whispering something soft meant only for that moment. When a man stays present after making love, he's not simply filling silence. He's telling you that you're more than a fleeting moment. You matter. He's showing that he values you fully, emotionally and physically. His desire to remain close, to continue sharing connection after the act, is a sign of true love. It's an affirmation that you're not just a body, not just a passing experience. You are meaningful, cherished, and respected. That attention after intimacy shows care, commitment, and emotional depth that cannot be faked. When a man treats those quiet moments as sacred, you know you're experiencing something real. He wants to understand how you feel, not just physically, but emotionally. Did you feel close? Did you feel loved? Did you feel safe? He may not ask those exact words, but you can hear it in the softness of his voice, in the way he pulls you near, and in how he gently runs his hand down your back while talking about everything and nothing all at once. If something is bothering you, he doesn't dismiss it or get defensive. He listens, he adapts, he reassures you. Because when love is real, the moments that follow intimacy are just as important as the act itself. They carry the same weight, the same meaning, and the same care. Now, Compare this to a man who's emotionally distant or only focused on the physical. For him, the moment ends, and so does his presence. He becomes withdrawn, quiet, or even cold. You notice the change immediately, as if the connection was temporary, and now you're two strangers in the same room. That's not love, that's chemistry without depth or commitment. But when love is true, the connection stays. He doesn't disappear into sleep, his phone, or other distractions. He stays right there, beside you, in that vulnerable space. That's where emotional intimacy grows. That's where bonds deepen and trust is built. Ladies, pay attention to the quiet moments in the dark, the small talks that might seem unimportant. These are the moments where trust is formed, where love takes its breath, where two people start to feel genuinely seen. Never underestimate the value of what happens after the physical connection. When a man wants to remain in that emotional space with you, not because he has to, but because he wants to, it's not just romantic, it's rare, it's meaningful, and it's real. He asks about your feelings and your experiences and truly listens to what you share. That care is a sign of authenticity. There's a moment in every close relationship that reveals who a man really is, not just in bed, but as a partner. Often it comes down to a simple yet powerful question. Does he ask what you enjoy? And more importantly, does he genuinely care about the answer? A man who is only focused on himself may ask just enough to seem considerate. He might casually say, "Do you like that?" but never change anything. He isn't trying to learn, he just wants validation that he's doing it right. That's very different from a man who truly loves and cares for you. A man who is genuinely invested approaches intimacy as a shared journey, not a solo performance. He wants to explore your body, yes, but even more than that, he wants to understand your mind, your rhythm, and your preferences. He wants to know what makes you feel safe, confident, and deeply connected. When he asks what you like, he actually listens, he remembers, he adapts. He makes adjustments because your experience matters to him. That level of care, attention, and responsiveness is a rare form of love, one that turns intimacy from a physical act into a true emotional connection. When you notice this, you know he's present, he's committed, and he truly values you. Not to impress you or tick a box, but because learning about you in this way brings him closer. That kind of emotional curiosity is true devotion. When a man loves you, he doesn't rush through intimacy or just repeat what worked with someone else. You are not a template, you are a whole universe. He wants to discover what makes you open up, what brings you joy, what makes you feel not just desired, but genuinely cherished. He's not asking because he doubts himself. He asks because your happiness and pleasure matter to him. Your experience is important, not optional. That attention shows love in action. Let's explore the difference between asking and caring. Caring isn't just about asking questions. It's about remembering the small details, the way your breathing changes when he touches you in a certain way, the things you told him you liked nights ago that he's already incorporating. Caring means checking in, not because he's insecure, but because he respects you. He doesn't assume he knows your body better than you do. He's open to learning you again and again. It's not about technique, it's about intention. A man who loves you wants your feedback because your experience matters, not because he doubts himself. He wants to create the experience with you. He's not controlling it, he's sharing it with you. That's why when he asks what you like, there's no pressure to be perfect, no fear of judgment. You can be open and honest, and in return, you get a partner willing to meet you in your truth. That kind of man doesn't just give pleasure, he gives you permission to feel seen, heard, and completely yourself. When he asks and truly listens, remembers, and responds, you're not just experiencing physical chemistry, you're feeling emotional commitment. That transforms intimacy into love. There's something incredibly powerful in the way a man touches you when he's in love, not only during intimacy, but in the quiet moments afterward. It's not flashy, it's not performance, it's not about seduction. It's quiet, sacred, and intentional. When a man's arms become more than arms, they turn into messages of love. Let's look at how he holds you after everything is over. When the lights are dim, the adrenaline fades, and the room is filled only with your shared breathing. That's where the truth exists. That's where you can feel the depth of unspoken emotion. The way he wraps his arms around you, pulls you close, strokes your hair softly, or simply holds your hand against his chest. It's not just comfort, it's communication. He may not need words. His presence says, "You are safe, you are seen, you are valued." His touch, his hold, and the care in his movements all speak louder than words ever could. It's in these moments that you realize love is not about performing or impressing. It's about presence, intention, and being fully there for each other. That is where true intimacy lives. He might not need words, because in that embrace, you can feel everything. You can feel safe. You can sense, "I don't want to let go." You can tell, "I'm still here with you," not just physically, but emotionally. That's how you know the difference. A man who's only there for the physical often disconnects the moment it's over. He turns away, checks out, or emotionally disappears, because for him, the connection had a time limit. The holding, the softness, the tenderness, it was never part of his plan. But a man who truly loves you doesn't treat your body like a destination. He treats it like home. He never wants to leave. He holds you with meaning. Sometimes he pulls you in silently, burying his face in your neck, grounding himself with your skin, your heartbeat, your scent. Other times, it's a hold that says, "This moment is everything to me," or "I want to protect you from the world." It's real, tender, and full of significance. Holding is a form of intimacy. It requires presence, emotional availability, and the willingness to just be still with someone and feel alongside them. That kind of stillness is rare today because most people move too fast, chasing the next thing, scrolling, distracting themselves, and forgetting how to stay in the moment. When a man stays right there, wrapping you like something precious, he's saying you matter, not just when things are exciting, passionate, or easy, but in the quiet, the soft, the stillness. You might feel his breath slow. You might notice he doesn't rush to get up, get dressed, or break the connection. He's happy just to be there, body to body, heart to heart. The way he holds you isn't transactional. It's expressive. It communicates what words sometimes can't. It's a language of love, patience, and respect. It shows his devotion without expectation or obligation, just pure, genuine care. If you've ever wondered whether a man's love is real, don't only watch what he says when the lights are on. Look at how he holds you when everything goes quiet. That's where his truth lives. When he holds you like you're the most important thing he's ever touched, without expectation or obligation, that's real love. When love is genuine, it's shown not only in big words, but in quiet actions. How he touches you, how he looks at you, how he stays present. Real love doesn't rush, it doesn't perform, it doesn't vanish when the lights go out. It lingers, it listens, it speaks through touch. I want you to remember this. You deserve that kind of love. The kind that holds you like a treasure, not a trophy. The kind that checks in with you, not just checks you out. The kind that stays close even after the passion fades and values your pleasure as much as his own. That connection isn't rare because it doesn't exist. It's rare because too many people settle before they find it. Don't settle for someone who only shows up when it's convenient. Wait for the man who shows up with his whole heart. That's the one who will love you the way you deserve.